就是咱俩都先张嘴了，防不胜防的。
神舟21号载人飞行任务即将进行火箭加注。今天我们召开任务新闻发布会，邀请中国载人航天工程新闻发言人、工程办公室综合计划局局长张静波先生给大家介绍情况，并回答各位感兴趣的问题。
The Shenzhou-21 manned spaceflight mission is about to begin rocket propellant loading. Today, we are pleased to have Mr. Zhang Jingbo, spokesman of China Manned Space Program, Director of General Plan Bureau (CMSA), to brief you about the relevant information and answer your questions.
首先，请张静波先生介绍任务有关情况。
Now, I will pass the floor to Mr. Zhang Jingbo.
各位媒体记者朋友们，大家上午好。
Friends from the media, good morning.
受任务总指挥部委托，由我向大家介绍神舟21号载人航天飞行有关情况。
As commissioned by the mission headquarters, I take this chance to brief you about the Shenzhou-21 manned spaceflight mission.
经研究决定，瞄准北京时间10月31日23时44分发射神舟21号载人飞船，飞行乘组由张陆、武飞、张鸿章组成。张陆任指令长，3名航天员分别为航天驾驶员、飞行工程师和载荷专家，涵盖了我国现役3种航天员类型。
As evaluated and decided by the mission headquarters, Shenzhou-21 manned spaceship is targeted to launch at 23:44, October 31st, Beijing time. Crew members are Zhang Lu, Wu Fei, and Zhang Hongzhang, with Zhang Lu as the commission commander. The 3 astronauts are space pilot, flight engineer, and payload expert, encompassing all 3 types of Chinese astronauts in active service.
航天员张陆执行过神舟15号 载人飞行任务，伍飞和张鸿章均来自于我国第3批航天员，是首次执行飞行任务。
Astronaut Zhang Lu has flown Shenzhou-21 manned spaceflight mission. Wu Fei and Zhang Hongzhang are from China's third batch astronaut and will this time have their first spaceflight.
其中，伍飞入选前是中国航天科技集团有限公司空间技术研究院工程师，张鸿章入选前是中国科学院大连化学物理研究所研究员。目前，任务各项准备工作正在稳步推进。执行此次发射任务的长征2号 F 遥21运载火箭即将加注推进剂。
Wu Fei was an engineer from Academy of Space Technology, CASC. Zhang Hongzhang was a researcher from Dalian Institute of Chemical Physics, Chinese Academy of Sciences. Currently, all preparations are in order. Long March 2F Y-21 carrier rocket will be filled with propellant afterwards.
此次任务是空间站应用与发展阶段第6次载人飞行任务，也是载人航天工程第37次飞行任务。
It is the 6th manned mission of space station's application and development phase and 37th spaceflight mission of China manned space program.
任务主要目的是与神舟20号乘组完成在轨轮换，在空间站驻留约6个月，开展空间科学与应用工作，实施航天员出舱活动及货物进出舱，进行空间碎片防护装置安装、舱外载荷和舱外设施设备安装与回收等任务。
Mission's main objectives are in orbit rotation with Shenzhou-20 crew, about 6 months stay aboard CSS, to carry out work in space science and application, to perform extravehicular activities and cargo in and out tasks, to install space debris shelters, to deploy and recover extravehicular payloads and equipment.
开展科普教育和公益活动，以及空间搭载试验，持续发挥空间站综合应用效益。
To conduct popular science education and public welfare activities, to conduct spaceflight experiments, etc., further improving the application benefits of CSS.
按计划，神舟21号载人飞船入轨后，将采用自主快速交会对接模式，约3.5小时后对接于天河核心舱前向端口，形成3船3舱组合体。
According to the plan, Shenzhou-21 spacecraft will execute, after entering the orbit, the fast autonomous rendezvous and docking procedure. The spacecraft will dock with the forward port of the Tianhe core module in 3.5 hours to form a 3-module and 3-ship assembly.
在轨驻留期间，神舟21号航天员乘组将迎来天舟10号货运飞船和神舟22号载人飞船的来访。
During the stay, the Shenzhou-21 crew will welcome the visiting and docking of Tianzhou-10 cargo ship and Shenzhou-22 manned spaceship.
目前，船舰飞行产品质量受控，航天员乘组状态良好，地面系统设施设备运行稳定，空间站组合体状态正常，具备执行发射任务的各项条件。
Now, flight product qualities of spaceship and rocket are under control. The astronaut crew is in good condition. Facilities and equipment of ground systems perform well. The space station operates normally in orbit. All systems go for launch.
神舟20号航天员乘组在与神舟21号航天员乘组完成在轨轮换后，返回东风着陆场。
Shenzhou-20 crew plans to return to the Dongfeng landing site after 2 crews in orbit handover.
以上是这次任务的有关情况。下面我愿意回答大家的提问。
This is the brief of the mission. Now, I'm glad to answer your questions.
下面请媒体朋友们提问。
谢谢主持人。新华社记者提问：神舟20号航天员乘组已经在轨飞行了6个月，请问他们的工作情况如何？取得了哪些成果？谢谢。
I'm with Xinhua. Shenzhou-20 crew has been in orbit for 6 months. How have they performed their in-orbit tasks? What achievements have they made? Thank you.
感谢您对神舟20号航天员乘组的关心。
Thanks for your concern for Shenzhou-20 crew.
神舟20号航天员乘组在轨驻留已188天，有望刷新中国航天员乘组在轨驻留最长纪录。目前各项工作进展顺利，3名航天员状态良好。
The crew has completed a 188-day stay and is poised to set a new record for the longest crew stay in orbit. Currently, the crew is working smoothly. 3 astronauts are in good condition.
指令长陈冬成为首个在轨驻留时间超过400天的中国航天员，已累计完成了6次出舱活动，成为目前在舱外执行任务次数最多的中国航天员。
The commander Chen Dong has become the first Chinese astronaut to spend over 400 days in orbit, having completed 6 spacewalks, making him the astronaut with the most EVA in China to date.
陈忠瑞和王杰首次执行飞行任务，各项任务完成顺利。
Chen Zhongrui and Wang Jie complete their first space flight successfully.
此次任务期间，乘组共进行了4次出舱活动和7次载荷进出舱任务，完成空间碎片防护装置安装、舱外辅助装置安装、舱外设施设备巡检等任务。
During this mission, the crew conducted 4 EVAs and 7 payload transfer operations, completing tasks including the installation of space debris protection shields and the EVA assist device, and the routine inspection of extravehicular facilities and equipment.
其中，在舱外平台安装的绞线适配器和接口转接件有限提高了航天员舱外作业效率。
Among these, the locating adapter and interface adapter installed on the extravehicular platform significantly enhanced the efficiency of EVA.
问天实验舱此前规划的空间碎片防护装置也已完成全部安装。
Plus, the previously planned space debris protection shelter for Wentian laboratory module has now been fully installed.
在空间科学与应用方面，乘组在与地面科技人员密切配合下，覆盖空间生命科学、微重力基础物理、空间材料科学、航天医学、航天新技术等领域，取得了阶段性成果。
In the field of space science and applications, the crew achieved milestones through close collaboration with ground scientists, covering areas such as space life science, fundamental physics in microgravity, space material science, space medicine, and new space technologies.
典型成果包括空间环境下获得了高质量的蛋白晶体，有望为肿瘤治疗提供潜在靶点。
Notable achievements include obtaining high-quality protein crystals in space, which may provide potential targets for tumor treatment.
钨合金被成功加热到3100摄氏度，刷新了国际空间材料科学实验最高加热温度的记录。
Successfully heating tungsten alloy to 3,100 degrees Celsius, setting a new international record for the highest heating temperature in space material science.
首次发现带电胶体在微重力下结晶形成长寿命亚稳态结构等。
And the first observation of long-lived metastable structures from crystallization of charged colloids in microgravity.
目前，神舟20号航天员乘组正在开展乘组轮换和返回前的各项准备工作。谢谢。
The Shenzhou-20 crew is preparing for their rotation and return. Thank you.
下一个问题，
好， 好，谢谢主持人。你好，发言人。总台央视记者提问：我们注意到中国载人航天工程呢，从设立之初就坚定不移地走中国特色的发展道路。那么，通过独立自主、探索创新，积淀形成了一套符合中国国情的重大工程管理模式。那么，现如今呢，空间站已经建造完成。面对常态化实施的发射任务，工程在优化管理、提质增效等方面有哪些创新举措呢？谢谢。
MSCMG. Since its inception, China's manned space program has pursued a path with Chinese characteristics. Through independent exploration and innovation, it has cultivated a major program management model tailored to China's national conditions. Now that the space station has been completed and routine launch missions are underway, what new measures have you carried out to improve the operational efficiency? Thank you.
感谢您对工程的关心。
Thank you for your concern in the program.
针对载人航天飞行的任务特点，我们在长期实践探索中，逐步建立起任务总指挥部、任务指挥所、厂区指挥部3级组织指挥体系，为圆满完成历次飞行任务发挥了关键作用。
To meet the specific demands of our mission, we have developed a 3-tiered command structure: Mission Headquarters, Mission Command Post, Site Command Center. Through years of practical experience, this structure has played a crucial role in the successful completion of all previous missions.
正如这位记者朋友所提到的，载人航天工程历来不仅高度重视技术突破，也在不断推动管理创新。
As you have noted, manned space program has always placed great emphasis not only on technological breakthroughs, but also on driving continuous management innovation.
当前，空间站任务已进入常态化发射阶段，任务指挥所、各厂区指挥部、2级指挥机构已比较成熟，在飞船发射、返回组织方面积累了丰富经验。
Currently, the space station program has entered a phase of routine launches. The Mission Command Post and the Site Command Center have matured significantly, accumulating extensive experience in organizing spacecraft launches and returns.
为进一步提高组织管理效率，推动任务指挥链条扁平化、高效化，经研究决定，从此次神舟21号载人飞船发射任务起，将飞船发射任务组织实施工作授权任务指挥所具体负责。
To further enhance efficiency and streamline the mission command chain, it has been decided that since the launch of Shenzhou-21, the authority for the management and conduct of launch mission is vested in Mission Command Post.
这也是基于当前载人航天工程发展建设需要以及空间站应用与发展阶段任务特点做出的一项优化调整举措。谢谢。
This adjustment is a targeted optimization driven by manned space programs involving operational needs and the goal of CSS application and development phase. Thank you.
下一个问题。
谢谢主持人。中国日报记者提问，请问在神舟21号任务期间有哪些亮点的科学项目可以介绍一下吗？谢谢。
MS China Daily, could you please introduce some feature science programs of Shenzhou-21?
谢谢您的提问。
Thanks for your question.
按计划，神舟21号航天员乘组在轨期间将新开展27项科学与应用项目。
As planned, the Shenzhou-21 crew will conduct 27 new scientific and applied programs during their mission.
主要针对空间生命科学与生物技术、航天医学、空间材料科学、微重力流体物理与燃烧、航天新技术等多个领域的关键科学问题进行深入系统的研究。
Across multiple fields including space life science and biotechnology, space medicine, space material science, microgravity fluid physics and combustion, and new space technologies.
其中， 将首次在轨实施国内啮齿类哺乳动物空间科学实验，选用2雌2雄4只小鼠随飞船上行，并进行在轨饲养，重点研究失重、密闭等空间条件对小鼠行为模式的影响。
Among these, China will conduct its first in-orbit rodent space science experiment. 4 mice, 2 females and 2 males, will travel aboard the spacecraft and be reared in orbit. The experiment will focus on studying how microgravity and confined space conditions affect mouse behavioral patterns.
之后，随飞船返回地面，进一步开展科学研究，探索小鼠多组织器官在空间环境的应急响应和适应性变化规律。
After returning to Earth, further studies will be carried out on stress response and adaptation in multiple mouse tissues and organs to the space environment.
在轨还将开展空间环境下遗传密码起源与手性的关系项目，探索氨基酸、核苷的不同手性组合之间的选择性规律，探讨分子手性和重力环境对生物分子同手性起源的影响。
The crew will also carry out projects on the relationship between the origin of genetic codes and chirality in space. This research will explore the selection rule governing different chiral combinations of amino acids and nucleotides, and probe how molecular chirality and the gravity environment influence the emergence of biomolecular homochirality.
此外，神舟21号还上行了面向空间应用的锂离子电池、电化学、光学原位研究、空间站在轨智能算力平台试验等搭载项目，将为后续开展科学研究提供依据，为在管应用进一步奠定基础。谢谢。
Plus, Shenzhou-21 carry out researches including optical in situ study of lithium-ion battery electrochemistry for space applications, and in-orbit intelligent computing platform for space station. These efforts will provide a foundation of subsequent scientific research and further lay the groundwork for in-orbit applications. Thank you.
下一个问题。
谢谢主持人。光明日报记者提问：今年7月，随天舟9号货运飞船上行了2套新舱外航天服，与之前的舱外服相比有哪些变化？据了解，目前在轨的舱外航天服中有1套已使用超过20次，后续是否会继续使用？谢谢。
And with Guangming Daily, in July this year, 2 new sets of EVA suits were launched aboard Tianzhou-9. How do they differ from previous suits? It is understood that one of the currently active suits in orbit has been used over 20 times. Will it continue to be used in the future? Thank you.
谢谢您的提问。
Thank you for your question.
随天舟9号货运飞船上行的2套舱外服，与之前的舱外服相比，在确保安全可靠前提下，在热舒适性、人机操作界面、操作安全性等方面进行了优化改进，航天员穿着更为舒适便捷。
2 new sets of EVA suits were transported aboard the Tianzhou-9 cargo spacecraft. Compared to previous suits, these have been optimized for thermal comfort, human-machine interface, and operational safety while maintaining reliability, offering astronauts greater comfort and convenience.
正如这位记者朋友所说，确实有1套舱外服在轨使用，已超过20次。
As you have noted, one suit has indeed been used over 20 times.
科研人员在3年15次的设计指标基础上，实现了在轨延寿，是首套在轨开展寿命评估并延寿使用的舱外服，有效验证了舱外服健康监测评估模型和方法的正确性。
Based on the original design specification of 50 uses of over 3 years, scientists achieved in-orbit life extension. This marks the first EVA suit to undergo in-orbit life assessment and extended service, effectively validating the accuracy of the suit's health monitoring and evaluation model and methodology.
今后计划不再使用该套服装执行出舱任务，但还将对其关键材料、特征参数开展详细测试研究。后续将择机随星研飞行器下行返回地球。谢谢。
Future plans will no longer utilize this suit for EVA, but detailed testing and research will continue on its key materials and parameters. Later, it will return to Earth aboard a newly developed spacecraft at a proper time. Thank you.
下一个问题。
Thank you. A question from Japanese Fuji TV. Could you tell us about the progress of foreign astronaut plan and also purpose of this plan? Thank you.
您好，日本富士电台，可以告诉我关于外籍航天员的进展以及该计划的目的吗？谢谢。
感谢您的提问。
Thanks for your question.
中国载人航天工程自实施以来，一直坚持和平利用、平等互利、共同发展的原则。
Since its inception, China's manned space program has constantly adhered to the principles of peaceful utilization, mutual benefit, and shared development.
积极选拔外籍航天员到中国空间站执行飞行任务，积极促进中国载人航天工程国际合作交流，推动航天技术发展，造福全人类。我们欢迎世界同行参与中国空间站的飞行任务。
We actively recruit foreign astronauts to participate in CSS missions, promote international cooperation and exchange, advance the development of space technology, and benefit all humanity. We welcome our international peers to join CSS missions.
今年2月，中巴双方签署合作协议后，正式启动了巴基斯坦航天员的选拔工作。与中国航天员选拔一样，这项工作也分为初选、复选、定选3个阶段。
Following the signing of the cooperation agreement between China and Pakistan in February this year, the selection process for Pakistani astronauts has officially commenced. Similar to the selection process for Chinese astronauts, it is divided into 3 phases, namely preliminary selection, reselection, and final selection.
其中，初选工作正在巴基斯坦实施，复选和定选工作将在中国实施。目前已同步开展复选阶段准备工作，包括训练方案、教材教具以及训练期间的生活保障等。
The preliminary selection is underway currently in Pakistan, while reselection and final selection will take place in China. We are now working on the preparation for the reselection simultaneously, including the training plan, teaching materials, and life support during training.
按计划，定选完成后，将有2名巴基斯坦航天员与中国航天员一起接受训练。
According to the plan, 2 Pakistani astronauts will participate in training with Chinese astronauts after final selection.
根据我国中国空间站飞行任务中期规划和合作进展，将择机安排1名巴基斯坦航天员以载荷专家的身份执行短期飞行任务。飞行期间，除了完成乘组日常工作外，还将承担8方科学实验等工作。谢谢。
Based on CSS midterm plan and cooperation progress, one Pakistani astronaut will be scheduled to participate in a short duration mission as a payload expert. During the flight, in addition to perform routine crew duties, the astronaut will also conduct scientific experiments for Pakistan. Thank you.
下一个问题。
谢谢主持人。新华网记者提问：中国载人登月任务备受关注，那能否介绍一下目前我国载人登月任务各项工作的准备情况？有具体的时间表吗？谢谢。
I'm with Xinhua. China's human lunar landing mission has drawn great attention. Could you provide an update on the current status? Is there a specific timeline? Thank you.
感谢您对载人登月任务的关注。
Thank you for your concern in the human lunar landing mission.
目前，载人登月各项研制建设工作总体进展顺利。
Currently, all development and construction works are progressing smoothly.
长征10号运载火箭、孟舟载人飞船、揽月着陆器、望宇登月服、探索载人月球车等飞行产品已完成出样阶段主要工作。
Key work in the prototype phase of Long March 10 carrier rocket, Mengzhou human spacecraft, 揽月 lunar lander, 望宇 lunar suit, and 探索 lunar rover is finished.
科学研究与应用系统已完成各次飞行任务载荷方案设计工作。
The scientific research and application system have finalized the payload design for each flight mission.
发射场、测控通信、着陆场等地面系统研制建设工作正加速推进。
Development and construction of ground systems, including the launching set, the TTNC system, the landing set, are accelerating.
今年，我们已组织完成了长征10号运载火箭2级动力系统试车、细流点火试验。
This year, we have performed the second stage rocket engine test fire and tether fire of Long March 10.
孟舟载人飞船零高度逃逸试验、揽月着陆器着陆起飞综合验证试验等，并通过媒体进行了报道。
Zero altitude escape test of Mengzhou spacecraft, integrated landing and launch test of 揽月 rover, and they were covered by media.
后续还将组织完成揽月着陆器集成测试、孟舟载人飞船热实验和最大动压逃逸实验、长征10号运载火箭低空飞行及技术验证飞行等试验。
Later on, we plan to conduct integration tests of 揽月 rover, hot fire and max Q abort tests of Mengzhou spacecraft, low altitude and tech demo flight tests of Long March 10, etc.
这里提前给大家介绍一下，在明年任务标识征集中，除天舟10号货运飞船、神舟22号、23号载人飞船任务外，还包含了孟舟1号载人飞船任务的标识。
We are pleased to announce that next year's call for mission logo will not only conclude the Tianzhou 10 and Shenzhou-22 and 23 missions, but also the Mengzhou 1.
该型飞船主要用于载人月球探测任务，同时也兼顾近地空间站运营。
This spacecraft is primarily designed for crewed lunar explorations, while also support near-Earth space station operations.
欢迎大家积极踊跃参加标识征集活动。神舟、天舟、孟舟，期待把您的创意和梦想带上太空，带往月球。
We warmly invite everyone to actively participate in the logo design campaign. Shenzhou, Tianzhou, and Mengzhou look forward to carrying your creativity and dreams into space and to the moon.
活动详情见中国载人航天工程官网、官微和新闻媒体发布的征集公告。
For detailed information, please refer to the announcement on CMSA's official website, WeChat, and press release.
至于具体的时间表，我们锚定2030年前实现中国人登陆月球的目标不动摇。
Regarding the timeline, we remain steadfast in our goal of achieving a Chinese lunar landing before 2030.
应该说，后续还有不少新技术需要验证，产品研制工作量大，质量要求高，飞行试验安排 衔接紧密，进度紧张，各项工作面临风险挑战。
It must be acknowledged that numerous new technologies still require validation. Product development involves substantial workloads with stringent quality requirements, and flight test schedules are tightly coordinated with demanding timelines. Each phase of the program faces great risks and challenges.
工程全线将继续发扬两弹一星精神和载人航天精神，科学统筹，团结协作，奋力拼搏，确保圆满完成各项研制任务，为如期实现载人登月任务目标奠定坚实基础。谢谢。
The entire team will continue to carry forward the pioneering spirit from China's past and present space programs. Through coordination, unity, and dedicated efforts, we will fulfill our R&D operations and build a solid foundation for achieving the human lunar landing mission on schedule. Thank you.
下一个问题。
谢谢主持人。总台央视中文国际频道记者提问。当前我国的商业航天快速发展，我想请发言人介绍一下载人航天工程在这方面有什么进展和规划？谢谢。
CMG, China's commercial space is rapidly developing. Could you please outline your progress and plans in this regard? Thank you.
感谢您的提问。
Thanks for your question.
空间站应用与发展工程、载人月球探测工程立项实施以来，我们在空间站低成本货物运输、载人月球车、月面遥感卫星等方面采用商业竞争模式，吸引了商业力量积极参与工程研制任务。
Since the inception of CSS application and development and human lunar landing mission, we have adopted a commercial computation model for low-cost cargo transportation to CSS, human lunar rovers, and lunar surface remote sensing satellites, attracting active participation from commercial space.
截止目前，工程采用商业竞争模式已完成了空间站低成本货物运输系统、载人月球车、月面遥感卫星等竞争择优，签订合同并启动了研制工作。
To date, we have completed the selection for the above three systems. Contracts have been signed and R&D has commenced.
可以说，商业航天参与工程任务规模比例比较大，促进工程加速发展效果日益显著。
It is evident that the scale and proportion of commercial space participation have largely increased compared to previous missions, giving a major boost to our pace.
后续工程还将在月面科学探测器平台、撞击坑探测器平台等科学载荷研制中采取商业竞争模式，进一步推动商业航天力量参与工程研制。谢谢。
Moving forward, we will extend this commercial approach to the R&D of scientific payloads for lunar surface and crater investigation, promoting deeper integration of commercial space industry into the development of our program. Thank you.
好，最后一个问题。
你好，澳广视记者。早前公布港澳航天员最早可能在2026年正式进行飞行任务，目前是否已经开始成组磨合训练？他们目前的训练情况和心理状况如何？进展是否顺利？可以介绍一下他们的训练和任务安排具体情况吗？谢谢。
MSTDM. Earlier announcements indicated that Hong Kong and Macau astronauts could potentially undertake space missions as early as 2026. How is their integration? What is their current status regarding training and psychology? Could you provide an overview of their training and mission schedules? Thank you.
感谢您对航天员队伍的关心。
Thank you for interest in the astronaut crew.
2名港澳航天员入队后迅速融入航天员队伍，各项工作进展顺利。
Since joining the team, the 2 Hong Kong and Macau astronauts have quickly integrated into the crew. Their work is progressing smoothly.
目前已按计划完成了航天相关的基础理论知识学习和体质、心理、航天环境适应性等多项基础训练。
Currently, they have completed the scheduled theoretical study, as well as physical, psychological, and environmental adaptabilities training.
正在开展航天专业技术相关训练，期间还完成了沙漠生存、发射场紧急撤离等难度较大的训练科目。
They are now engaged in specialized training, such as desert survival and launch site emergency evacuation drills, which are challenging yet successfully completed.
任务技能稳步提高，基础体能、抗压能力等身心素质均得到了很大的提升，整体状态良好。
They have now shown steady progress in operational skills, demonstrating significant gains in physical and mental fitness. They are now in excellent condition overall.
后续将安排2名港澳航天员开展飞行任务强化训练，确保满足执行任务的各项要求。我们共同期待他们精彩亮相。谢谢。
They're scheduled to receive intensive specific training to ensure they meet all requirements for future space missions. We look forward to their remarkable debut. Thank you.
感谢张进波先生的介绍和回答。关于工程建设和后续任务的最新进展，我们将通过新闻媒体和载人航天工程官方网站继续发布。感谢大家对中国载人航天事业的关注和支持。新闻发布会就到这里，让我们共同预祝任务圆满成功。谢谢。
Thanks for Mr. Zhang Jingbo's introduction and answers. On following program construction and mission progress, we will continue to post through media and CMSA official website. Thank you for your concern and support for China's manned spaceflight cause. This is the end of the press meeting. Let's wish a complete success for this mission. Thank you.
您正在收看的是
You're now watching a live streaming, and just now we thought that the 21st, the Shenzhou-21, the space manned mission, according to the agenda, and the launch window will be 23:44, and tomorrow evening, October 31st, with 3 Taikonauts Zhang Lu, Fei and Zhang Hongzhang, with the Zhang Lu as the commander. And today we also invited our guests from the China, the Manned Space Agency, and also Mr. Zhang Xiang from the Taikonaut Training Center, and they will give us more introduction about the manned space mission. So Wang Zhen, please help us to understand what's really the highlights of this time's mission. So talk about the Shenzhou-21's mission. We need to mention that the Shenzhou spaceship actually will adopt a new rendezvous and docking model, so that's shortened the time from 5.5 hours to 3.5 hours. And also this time we will be very first to adopt a new test. So we will choose 4 months, and we will be brought by the Shenzhou and 21 to the space, and then we'll be returned to the Earth with Shenzhou-20 crew. And also this time we will also have a battery. So according to the agenda, they will also conduct a detailed analysis on the lithium ion. This time, Zhang Hongzhang, as the payload experts, will carry out all these experiments. So the rendezvous docking hour will shorten to 3.5 hours. This is also the very first time we adopt this kind of a fast rendezvous docking. So for this time, they help to shorten time and also help to improve the efficiency of the mission. And also for the Taikonauts, they will be more comfortable for the mission. So we talk about the rendezvous docking, especially the spaceship. Actually, the space is quite narrow. So we talk about we use this kind of the mold that also help to improve reliability, and also we talk about that the spaceship actually can also utilize its own power supply to finish all the missions. So this is the very first time. So 3.5 hours is really, really short. So this time they also mentioned that the 3 crews, so it's the 1 veteran with 2 new flyers. So during the training, actually, I quite have the close communication with these 3 trio. So we talk about for just now released the name list. So we talk about 1. They trained really hard, and they really like to study in details, and also they really had a good chemistry going on within the team. And say I really like to thinking about the solutions, and also really good cooperation teamwork. And also during the training, they help each other. And Zhang Lu, as the commander, and he really lead the team. So it's always like the team full of passion. So this time, actually, we have 3 roles of pilots, so the pilot, engineer, and the pilot experts. So what's the advantages of this kind of combination? So for the selection of the crew, actually, we also consider different elements. For the Shenzhou-16, after Shenzhou-16 crew, we have the new role, that's the payload expert. So that's basically to leverage the expertise to carry out the in-orbit experiment. So Zhang Lu, this is his 2nd time to carry out the mission. So he carried out the first mission, Shenzhou-15. Right now, he is the commander. So for Zhang Lu, we talk about he had a previous experience with Shenzhou-15. And also during the previous the training, actually, he really liked to share his experience with the 2 team members. So we talk about that he actually would like to tell the team members about that the differences between the Earth and space. So this is basically you could see that the people born after 1970s, 80s, and 90s. Wu Fei is the youngest one. So he is the youngest one among all the mission carriers. Yes. And very soon we will meet them. So they will have the meet and greet session later on.
I'm sure that you all look forward to their appearance, right? Yes. And I especially look forward to Zhang Lu. This is his 2nd mission, and his last mission was Shenzhou-15. And he was number 03 the last time, but this time he is number 1, and at that time the number 1 taikonaut was Chen Zhong, who is in the space station right now. So they will have a rendezvous. And we have 2 young taikonaut who is about to go into space. So I'm very curious as to how they are feeling right now, but we will soon have an opportunity to meet them. So 11:10 today, there will be a press conference with the taikonaut that is about to go into the space with Shenzhou-21. So we will have a live broadcast.
step, moving slowly. So we talk about the track, and that's easy, not really seamlessly connect. So there's a little bit break in between. So from there is a little bit shaking because we talk about that the launch pad is a little bit heavier, plus the rocket plus the spaceship. How that impact the rockets? So there's nothing really impact the rocket because we talk about every time we transfer the assembly to the final launching position, we actually to have the whole system checking, make sure that everything in position and going well. So why we not really directly laid that the seamless rail to the assembly warehouse? So because that reason is like we actually have two assemblies, so one for launching for the mission and one for standby. So we talk about this actually the place waiting for the standby. So that's the Shenzhou-21, and also you could see that the blue pad. So we talk about that's the transferring vehicle. So we talk about the rocket need to really change the position. Then we need this kind of really the road changing and the vehicles to help the rocket. So you could see they could stop on top of the vehicles and then actually change the position and directly move to the position. So for this kind of vehicle, make sure that the standby actually can quickly to the launch mode, and also make sure that the launching and also that the mission taking rockets and assemblies and they all in the ready position. So you could see that this is the last 1.5 miles for the rockets and the spaceship before launching to the space. And also after moving to the position, and they will actually have all the PAPs attached to the assembly, and also the staff will check for the overall position. So this is the radio checking, and this is the radio, and also make sure that can check that the flight position and status of the rocket. And also the whole system also upgraded, and also we talk about that right now. These picture checking and also is being improved. And we talk about actually we have to need to get ODA live data and sending to the command center. Make sure that it could provide the reliable, that high precise the position information. And this time we'll also upgrade some the parts and help us to provide stronger computing capability and also reliable of tracking.
The set of optic measurement machine have participated in multiple missions, so it provides HD high definition imaging and also provide visual evidence for the flight mission. So it's very key to the mission. So during this mission, it carries major task to monitor and record the launching section and also the precise positioning for the future docking. This would be the last comprehensive rehearsal before the official launch. We've tested the communication network, which is also key to the launch. This is the communicational center for the satellite launching. We have set up the special data and communication center, and they can monitor the operation and different parameters of the equipment in a timely fashion, and so that we can do the debugging more efficiently. The staff members have run frequent tests and also surveillance of the equipment so as to make sure that they provide in-time and precise data. For example, they need to adjust the temperature of the launch pad in a very accurate manner, and multiple operations have been conducted to make sure that the launch pad is in perfect condition. We rely on big data at the data center to make adjustment and amendments if necessary so as to meet the demand for the launch mission. And we also have made a reasonable plan in terms of checking and amendment so as to improve the efficiency and quality of the equipment of the launch pad. In Xi'an Monitoring and Control Center for satellite, all preparations are in place. And the center has already prepared for the docking and connection of the rendezvous and docking of the spaceship with the space station. And in the future, we will be continuing this monitor and control mission. And we will be carrying out automatic analysis of the launch windows so that we could adjust the distribution of resources reasonably. And in the Qingdao station, the professionals that are working here are carrying out research and make contingency plans. We've run rehearsals for more than 10 times so as to make sure that the equipment can capture the signals in a timely fashion. We are fully prepared to send the spacecraft and the Taikonauts into space. This morning at the Beijing Flight Control Center and Jiuquan, as well as Qingdao, all of the control centers are in place and fully prepared for all the sections and steps for the official launch. This is the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. So the final rehearsal has already been finished, and the parameters and data are already being fixed. That means that we are now at the countdown stage for the official launch. The flight mission relies on all the perfect assembly of the different parts, as well as all the equipment concerning this task. So it's like a very comprehensive physical test to all of the equipment and machines and all of the systems, including the satellite, the rocket, the launch pad, as well as the control center. So we might encounter harsh weather conditions such as low temperature or sandstorm and major wind. So we've made contingency plans according to the possible weather condition. So we have this heat prevention and also temperature system so as to make sure that after the propellant was injected, it can reach the expected temperature. So the last launch is already, the countdown to the launch is already in place. And after the spaceship was launched into space, we are going to have this rendezvous and docking section. Now we can see that this is the combination of spacecraft and rocket. And the engineering team has run a last physical check of the spacecraft and rocket. And the test went on for about 30 minutes. So each of the part of the rocket has been suspended And after the gate opens, you could see that the combination has been moved out of the gate and stay for half an hour. So the electricity supplier vehicle need to make a turn so as to make sure that the electricity supply is non-stop. The combination moved slowly towards the launch pad. So at this time, it still needs to undergo a certain test. When the launch pad is revealed, it could feel a bit of shaking, but because the launch pad is already very heavy and adds up with the weight of the rocket, it might exert extra pressure on the track, but it will not affect the official launch, because before the official launch, we will run several rounds of checking, and so as to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So why do we just lay the track directly to the factory? That is because we have a backup rocket. And currently, the Shenzhou-22 is right now in this center as a backup copy of Shenzhou-21. This would be called the track transferring vehicle. So when the rocket needs to be, the position of the rockets needs to be shifted, the vehicle would be the carrier for the rocket, so that it could move to the east hall, So the using of this vehicle would make sure that if needed, the backup rocket can be moved to the east hall in a very fast manner. So we could see that the carrier rocket has been moved to the launch pad through the track. And right now, the technicians are trying to connect the rocket to the pad. And after that, another round of tests would be operated. So the radar and the optic equipment will be in place to monitor the route of the flight mission. And they will also be tracing the rocket's flight route. And we are the ones that carry out the monitoring mission during the ascendance of the rocket, and we are going to monitor the positions of the rocket in a timely manner. And currently, we are using equipment with higher accuracy.
So this set of equipment actually has participated in previous missions and also displayed in multiple places and provide a high-definition picture and also help us to get a clearer picture about the rocket. So this provide visual evidence. So this help us to record a launching mission and guarantee that the success of the launch mission. So for a climbing session, this help us to get the in-time picture and also send the in-time a data to support the success of the mission. and this is actually the start of the transferring of the assembly. So this is 48 hours before the assemblings, and the whole team track the system of the assembly, make sure that everything go according to the agenda. So the door actually for each piece, that's around 20 tons. So on top there's a machine help for rolling the door, for opening. And at the bottom, there will be one at the left and one at the side. So the door totally around 70 meters tall, and with the launching pad, you could see that this is the assembly, and they also stop for 30 minutes at the gate. So they stop there because they need to wait for a power supply truck to make a U-turn. So you could see this. So they make sure that the truck actually can provide a non-stop power supply. And we could see that the whole team also accompanied the assembly moving to the final launching pad. And this is around 1.5 kilometers long. And this is also moving at a welded rail. So the rail we talk about actually separated from the previous rail. So there's a little bit gap in between. So when the launch pad will have a little bit shock and the shaking there, and also talk about the launching pad and plus assembly that's a little bit heavier. So that's any impact to the rocket. There's no impact to the rocket assembly, and the spacecraft and the rocket combination actually also have been through the many rounds of the checks. So we also have the whole team there to guarantee the full success of transferring. So we're not really have the seamless, the welded rails directly to the assembly warehouse. So there's one for the mission. There's another one you could see here. This is for the backup. So we talk about the assembly station. There are the one on the western side, one on the eastern side. So the western side for the backup. So we also talk about at the backup warehouse, there is also this kind of blue, that's also the transferring the vehicles. So we talk about actually the rocket need to really change the position, and we need this kind of transferring the vehicles to help the rocket from the western hall, and then they stop here, the vehicles, and then vehicles move horizontally to the eastern hall that will directly to the launching pad. So for this transferring vehicle, make sure that the backup rockets assembly combination at the western side can move directly to the launching pad, can immediately switch to the launch pad. So they also help to improve that capability of emergency response. And you could see that this is really the last 1.5 kilometers on Earth. So we could see this is to the final launching position, and then the whole wires will also touch to the assembly, and also the whole team will track the whole systems before launch. And the optical and also the radar checking well. So we talk about these facilities actually help to track the objects and to capture the objects. Right now, this telemetry is actually also to improve its equipment. And also at the same time, and for the optical tracking equipment, also help to improve the picture capturing and also the picture quality. So actually, we help to do the mirroring mission at the climbing stage, and we'll also send the real-time data back to the command center to provide the accurate and precise position information. So they also help us to improve the computing capability, and also help us to improve the data capturing. So these kind of the equipment actually have already participated in the previous missions and also deployed in multiple places and help to capture the rocket's pictures. And this is also to do the analysis of the flying status, and this provide the optical evidence guarantee that the launch mission the full success. So this system actually shoulder a key role, help to do the monitoring the climbing stage, and also send the real-time the information, and also help to provide the data information for the following rendezvous and docking mission. This is the Shenzhou-21 manned space station, the final round of the whole system rehearsal and every order. Actually, this is also the order for the whole system, and we talk about that. The telecommunication and also need to guarantee. So you could see that the staff right now is also doing that. The amendment, make sure that this is the center for the whole launch center. This is actually deployed based on its own functions. So this is upgrade that the office. You could see that the status and also temperature. Actually, you could really see it very clearly from the laptop, and also help us the staff to know directly that the status of the every system. And for this time, you could see that also the carry out a differentiated and the maintenance work. So for the different system and the parts, they actually to be checked and maintained at different phase, different stage, and different time. So we look at the launching pad and make sure that this is also the key to the propellant, so that for the launching pad, from the really small details and to the whole system coordination, and this is really to lay the solid foundation and also to provide a neighboring environment for the rocket to launch. And we base on the big data, so help us to know exactly the status of the system on the ground, and also we know exactly how many times we should carry out the maintenance work, and also we look at the gas, liquid, electricity, and so that also help us to further improve the maintenance plan, and also help us to improve that process, and also help us to improve the efficiency and the quality of our work. At the Xi'an Telemetry Center, and the scientists right now are doing the final preparation and rehearsal before the final launch mission. At the Xi'an Center, right now they finished at the Shenzhou-21 in-orbit and rendezvous docking preparation work. For Shenzhou-21 manned space mission, during its launch, there are multiple telemetry stations, and also that the vessels also help us to capture the objects. Right now, the self-developed automotive deployment system help us to do the automation analysis of the information. In Qingdao, there's also a center help us to actually to get the information and also to do the measurement before that rendezvous docking. And I also could see that the staff there also to do the final rehearsal. For the new features this time, and we also to make that our times this time that the capturing and also the data analysis, and we also carry out more than dozens of that rehearsal, make sure that we could capture the objects, and also our staff can really provide a high quality response, and we will send the 21st century the crew to the space. At 8:30 in Beijing Space Control Command Center, you could see that they work with Jiuquan Xi'an and also that the ODA mirroring stations to do the final coordination, to do the final preparations before the final launch mission. And this is Jiuquan Launch Center, and you could see that this is the Shenzhou-21 combination. And we talk about that the full system, full process rehearsal that's a must before the final launch. And we talk about that the indicators and the process actually will be locked before the launch. And through that final preparation and rehearsal, and I actually make sure that all the telemetry measuring and also that the launching system actually could coordinate well. And this is also the Changzheng, the Long March 2 Y-21, and also the spacecraft also to verified. So we talk about this is the all-round comprehensive body check. Make sure that the status and also the system are in good position. And also we talk about the spacecraft and the crews and also the telemetry system, everything is working well.
Taking into consideration the harsh weather conditions that the mission might encounter, the preparation team has made many contingency plans to cope with those possible situations. Right now, we have a two-tier heat prevention tiers, and also there are ACs that are sending the wind so as to make sure that the propellant is the temperature of the propellant is up to standard. Today we carry out this full-scale rehearsal, and later there will be the injection of the propellant and also the final launch. The Chinese space station is about to welcome the next rendezvous and docking. So the space station staff also have finished this rehearsal for rendezvous and docking. I've just received a special gift. This is a token a symbol for the 21st Shenzhou manned space mission. And as you can see, that from Shenzhou-5 to Shenzhou-25, because of the perseverance of all the Taikonauts and engineers of the mission, we've made all of those successful, make sure that all the missions are successful. And you can see that from the special design of the emblem, and this would be the window for the spaceship, and from the window you could see the space station. That means that the spacecraft is about to rendezvous and dock with the space station. And from the window you could also see the landscape of our country, of China. And outside the helmet, you could see that this is the ancient equipment for the monitoring and observation of space called Huntianyi. So it showcases this romance of the Chinese from ancient times all the way to today. So it's more like a passing of the beliefs. This is the Changzhou-20 rocket, and then Shenzhou-21 spacecraft will be carrying 3 Taikonauts and send them into space. We wish this mission a great success.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media, good morning. According to the decision of the mission headquarters, the crew of a Shenzhou-21 manned space mission consists of 3 Taikonauts. They are Taikonaut Zhang Lu, Taikonaut Fei, and Taikonauts Zhang Hongzhang. Now, please allow me to invite Director of China Astronaut Research and Training Center, Ms. Chen Xing, to introduce the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from the press, good morning. Now, I would like to introduce the crew member of the Shenzhou-21 manned space mission. Commander Zhang Lu, male, high nationality, from Hunan, the master degree holder, born in 1976, and joined the party in 1996, and joined the party in 1999. Now is the first class PLA astronaut corps, and with that the colonel, lieutenant colonel of the ground force, and be evaluated as the first class flight, and also selected as the second batch of Taikonaut in May 2010, and also flew the Shenzhou-21 mission. And also in September 2023, he was granted the hero, the Taikonauts, and also received the third award. Fei, Han nationality, from Baotou, the master degree holder, born in 1993. In 2015, joined the party, and in 2021, he joined the military. Right now, he's a Class 3 astronaut, and also he is the rank of a Major General, and he's the engineer of the CASC. And in the September 2020, and he was selected as the third batch. Taikonauts Zhang Hongzhang, Han nationality, from Shandong province, a doctoral degree holder, born in 1986. And 24, he joined the CPC, and also from the research center, and also the payload expert. He was selected as the third batch of the astronauts. The 3 Taikonauts, after the comprehensive and systematic training, and they were subjected to a scientific and reasonable, fair, and impartial assessment with excellent results, and they were determined as the crew of Shenzhou-21 mission. Thank you.
Now the floor is open to questions. With CMG, my question goes to Mr. Zhang Lu. You were in the Shenzhou-15 mission, and 2 years and 4 months have passed. So what different feelings do you have this time, and what's so special about this mission, and what preparation have you done, and what are your expectations? Thank you. 2 years later, I represent China again to march towards the space to carry on the Shenzhou-21 mission. So I'm full of expectations. And I've been a student in the past 2 years, learning all kinds of new knowledge, especially those concerning the features of the space stations. For example, I did a lot of underwater trainings. Although it was very arduous and difficult, I told myself to carry on during these missions despite all the hardships. So I want to I want to salute to all the Taikonauts and the specialists and the professionals. So I also had the experience to share some of my experiences with science enthusiasts, especially kids. And I see their eyes sparkling and lit up when I talk about my life in space. And I felt that the spirit of the Chinese aerospace has been carried on. And I focused on all the missions that in the past 2 years. And I look forward to listen to the commander saying 天宫曙光 and so on. So I want to say hello to all of those signals, and this is Shenzhou-21, and here I am. Next question, please.
Thank you. With Xinhua News Agency, my question to the 02. First of all, congratulations to your maiden flight. As you know, you just turned to 32 years old, and you are also the youngest taikonaut. So to really realize your dream of going to the China space station and your experience, you can share with us. Thank you for your question. As the youngest in the astronaut corps, I'm really, really lucky to perform my mission. And also my luck also should give the credit to the leapfrog development of our mission. And also we talk about that the space station also be the most shining star. And because of right now OD's development for the youngest one, we have that opportunity to, on behalf of our motherland, to go to the space station. Also that should give the credit to all the staffs working behind the scene. And also the luck to me, also a responsibility. And actually, I already had my dream when I study in the university, and later on I participated in the experiment of the equipment used for the space mission. And also after several rounds of selection, I was finally joined the corps. There's no shortcut, and just to work really hard and also be the perseverance. So I studied in the theoretical of physics and also carried out hundreds of times of the working on the equipment, and also under the great challenge, under the extreme conditions. Actually, I did not really to relax because I know that we should really pursue in the fine details and we could complete the mission. I understand that you work really hard. As long as you work hard, you will be lucky. And for my personal dream and also embodied in the national mission, I believe this is actually the great opportunity given by the time. And what I can do is use my 100% and work to pay back to the trust. Thank you.
Thank you. With China military news, my question goes to Mr. Zhang Hongzhang. First of all, congratulations on taking on the mission. You were an expert in new energy and new materials, and you've had a lot of research results and achievement, and you are now in your best years to do scientific research. So what urged you to be part of manned space mission? Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Taikonaut Zhang Hongzhang. It's my great honor to be part of the crew of Shenzhou-21 manned space flight. And when I was a kid, my dream was to be like Mr. Qian Xuesen and the other scientists to empower our nation with technologies. When I grew up, I became a researcher focusing on the study of new materials and new energy. I feel that science discovery has its own charm. And so I've reconfirmed my beliefs. So when in 2018, when the country began to recruit a taikonaut from scientific researchers, I think my ideals have been lit up. So become a payload expert is not only a combination of my aspiration as a researcher and taikonaut, but also a combination of my personal achievement to that of the country. So I was the first one to submit my application, and I was lucky enough to be selected, and now I'm selected to be part of the crew. In China's space station today, we could do experiment that would be unthinkable in the past, and to solve problems unheard of by our predecessors. So as a Chinese, I am beyond proud. And so I want to thank the party and the country for cultivating me into who I am today, and also the support of all the Chinese people as well as my colleagues doing scientific research. You were the reason that we could be climbing new heights in scientific research. So we are hands in hands in terms of creating new marvels in China's manned space missions. So we will be carrying through with us your aspiration and expectations and fulfill this mission successfully and contribute to building China into a greater nation. Thank you.
Next question, please. Thank you. With China News Agency, my question to Zhang Lu, as the commander born after 1970s, and your teammates, and the two youngest one born after 1980s and one born after 1990s. So what's the future of this team? Thank you for your question. Really like to share my thoughts with you. I born after 1970s, and the two great teammates, one born after 1990s, Taikonauts Fei and also Taikonauts Zhang Hongzhang, born after 1980s. And Fei is the engineer of the flying the craft. He's really outgoing and really bring a lot of the energetic to the team. And he's really have that sense of humor. And we talk about the centrifugal actually also got a power from him. He really make a lot of things more interesting, and also he actually he's passionate and could also bring that energy and also the joy to the team. Zhang Hongzhang really have a long history in the chemistry, and he actually is really take his food to the ground. He also have a lot of hobbies like growing plants, also reading poem. So think about a half a year life in the CCS. He actually carrying out the experiment at the same time, growing plants and also reading the poem or even writing the poem. That could be a really great paradigm. And tomorrow, we will actually go to the space station, and we are ready, and we're also fully prepared. No matter it's the Earth or that's the stars, the deeper space, and we will firmly bring to the mind our mission and aspiration, and our flag to shine even brighter, and also use the full success to report to the country and people.
Next question. With Phoenix TV, my question goes to Mr. Wu Fei. So as the flight engineer, what are your main tasks this time, and what are your expectations for this mission? Thank you for the question. As the flight engineer of this mission, my tasks are mainly the maintenance and management of the space station's combination, as well as the maintenance and the upgrading of the equipment. So this mission would not be possible without the wisdom and expectations of all the professionals working in this field. And I'm there to make sure that all the equipment are running smoothly. According to my commander, we've been training together for over a year, so we have very clear division of labor, but we work closely together at the main time. We are trustworthy partners with each other, and with the leading position of the commander as well as support of our ground team, we are fully confident to finish all missions. At a leisure time, I would also be looking at our mother planet Earth from space, especially the beautiful landscape of our country And I will also be thinking about my family and my kid at home. I will be missing them dearly, of course. And my mission would cover through the Spring Festival, although I could not go home this year. But I believe that the reunite of my family stream has been reflected in that in the country stream. Thank you.
Next question, please. Thank you. With CMG, my question to Zhang Hongzhang. My question to you is from a scientist to a payload expert in space. What's your experience? And also, right now, as the payload experts, what's your key job for this mission? And Gui Haichao, as the first payload expert, he said that he hoped that he could brought his experiments to the space. Did you also bring yours? Will also bring yours to the space? And I prepared for this day for 5 years as a scientist and also to a Taikonauts. The right person to talk about the whole challenges and difficulties behind. But also at the same time, I also witnessed the great contribution by the hundreds of thousands of people working in this industry. They are the person really taking the challenges and finding the solutions. They demonstrate the spirit of that Taikonauts, and their spirit also encourage us moving forward. As the pilot expert, I'm the person to carry out the experiment in space. So that's regarding the space medicine and the space materials, space, the microgravity physics, and also the new technology and application. And also that we carry out the experiment, to monitor the experiment, collect the data, and to do the analysis of all this data. So to bring in my own design of the experiment to space, that's also the dream and of all the scientists. I'm very lucky that the project I participate in will also this time be carried to the space station. I'm looking forward to carry out that project and also to get the desired results. Actually, I'm the person, and I'll also be honored to carry out that mission of the country at the National Laboratory in space. We will do everything we can to carry out the scientific projects, because all these projects actually also the contribution, the efforts of the hundreds of thousands of people behind, and also make the breakthroughs in space. Thank you.
Next question. Thank you. With Renmin Daily, my question goes to Mr. Zhang Lu. You spent the New Year's Eve in your last mission, and you wrote this calligraphy. And what surprise do you have this time for all of the Chinese people? Thank you for your interest in our missions. The last time I wrote a couplet for the Spring Festival last time. And last time I did write a work of calligraphy. And this time, after returning to the Tiangong space station, we've had our specific plans. But I want to leave that as a bit of suspense for you. I will keep it a little secret, but I can tell you that we prepare something very special for you during the Spring Festival. I believe that this will be a brand new way to combine Chinese traditional culture with aerospace technology, so that you could feel the advanced technology as well as the romance of Chinese taikonaut. This special gift will carry our best wishes and aspiration to China's aerospace, and also my best wishes to all the Chinese people. So please stay tuned for our new mission. and look forward to our Spring Festival gift to all of you.
Due to the interest of time, and the crew will prepare for tomorrow's mission. And this comes to the end of today's meet and greet, and wish the mission great success. And we will wish that our Taikonauts a great return. Thank you.